Kush, the kingdom of Kush, located south of Egypt in Nubia, rose to prominence around 2000 BC, known for trade, warfare, and culture exchange with Egypt. Kushites sometimes allied with or oppose Israel, though they worship false gods. Biblical texts like Isaiah 18 and Zephaniah 3:10 show God's concern for Kush. Some scholars link the Queen of Sheba's origins to this region. Kush's story reveals God's global reach and desire to redeem all nations.
Assyrians built a brutal empire in Mesopotamia, known for siege warfare and deportation policies. They conquered the northern kingdom of Israel in 722 BC, scattering the 10 tribes. God used Assyria to judge Israel, warned by prophets like Isaiah and Hosea. Yet Assyria's pride led to its own downfall, fulfilling Nahum's prophecy. Their rise and fall show that God rules over all nations and uses them for His purposes.
Jonah was a Hebrew prophet who ministered during the reign of Jeroboam II in the northern kingdom of Israel around the early 1700s
BC. God called him to preach repentance to Nineveh, the capital of Assyria,
a brutal enemy of Israel, known for its violence and idolatry. Jonah fled from God's command,
sailing towards Tarshish, but was swallowed by a great fish and remained inside it for 3 days and nights.
A sign later referenced by Jesus to foreshadow His resurrection. After being delivered, Jonah obeyed and preached in Nineveh, and the people repented, prompting God to show mercy. Jonah's story reveals God's sovereign compassion for all nations and challenges believers to align their hearts with His mission of grace.
Babylonians after Assyria's decline. Babylon was under King Nebuchadnezzar, conquering Judah in 586 BC. They destroyed Solomon's temple and exiled the people to Babylon, fulfilling Jeremiah's warnings. Babylon's grandeur included the hanging gardens and ziggurats, but its pride was judged by God.
Daniel served faithfully in Babylon, showing that God's sovereignty transcends empires. Babylon's fall to Persia in 539
BC marked the end of exile and the beginning of restoration.
China's Shang Dynasty. The Shang Dynasty ruled China from around 1600 to 1046 BC. Known for bronze casting, oracle bones, and ancestor worship, they developed early Chinese writing and
Centralized rule. Their religious practices involved divination and sacrifices to spirits, lacking biblical truth. Though advanced, their worldview was rooted in fear and ritual rather than grace. The Shang remind us that human wisdom without revelation leads to spiritual darkness.
Hinduism in India. Hinduism emerged in India around 1500 BC with the composition of the Vedas. It teaches reincarnation, karma, and devotion to many gods, forming a complex spiritual system. The caste system divided society and reinforced spiritual hierarchy. These beliefs contrast sharply with biblical truth about one creator and salvation by grace. Hinduism shaped Indian culture but enslaved many in works-based religion. Whoa, 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 whoa. Around 1457 BC, Pharaoh Thutmose III led Egyptian forces against a coalition of Canaanite kings near Megiddo. Whoa, whoa.
The battle took place in northern Israel and was one of the earliest recorded military pantheons. Egypt's victories secured control over Canaan and expanded its influence in the Levant. The battle showed Egypt's military strength during the 18th dynasty.
It set the stage for future conflict between Egypt and the people of God.